Good morning. Happy Coffee Talk, guys. It's Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I'm traveling tomorrow. I feel like I've traveled a lot over the past couple of months. This is probably my last trip for maybe till the end of the calendar year. We've got FitMe weekend coming up though, so I'm not traveling technically for that, but it is a weekend event. And you know what? I have to tell you guys, we are still taking signups through the middle of next week. And so even if you're not a FitMe client and you're interested in coming and spending a couple of days with us and just really focusing on yourself, your how to eat better, how to move more, how to take better care of yourself, but really more than that, it's about connection. We're going to be spending time together, learning, growing. It's one of those things you guys have heard me talk about guns and geese and how impactful going to an event to push myself outside of my comfort zone has been on me. That's what this can be for you. And so it's September 16th through 18th in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a couple spots left and we are taking the last few signups through the middle of next week. So even if you're not a FitMe client, but you're like, I need a weekend for me. Like I need to fill my cup. I need to be there. Sign up. I'm going to put the link to the sign up in the show notes and in the comments. And so just go ahead and snag a spot before they're gone. And remember, it's not ever going to be convenient, PS. So you're probably like, well, how would I do that? I got to juggle X, Y, and Z. Yep. That's always how it's going to be. Anytime you do something for yourself or something cool or something that, pushes you outside of your comfort zone, oftentimes it's not convenient and you're going to have to figure out how to make it work. So don't let that be what stops you. Coffee this morning is Black Rifle coffee in my raccoon mug. Love this mug. He is so cool. He actually kind of looks like he belongs to my tattoo now that I hold it up next to my tattoo. It's got a lot of similar colors and vibes. Maybe I should just get this raccoon tattooed on me. I was trying to think of what to do next, and maybe it's this raccoon. He's got all sorts of cool stuff in there. He's got owls, he's got birds, he's got, all the things. So I don't know, maybe something like that. And Black Rifle coffee, which is delicious. So coffee talk today. I'm going to be 100% honest because why not? And I usually am with you guys. And so I shared it on my Instagram story yesterday. But when I am happy and you see me happy, I'm just happy. I don't know how to fake that. I know that there's a lot of fakeness on social media, but if you see me and I'm like, I had a great day, I'll tell you. On other days that maybe are fine, but they just don't feel great. Well, that was yesterday. Yesterday, there was some really amazing things that happened. And then there was also just some stuff that I was just like, ugh, meh, And then sometimes I just get in my own head. And also, it's not just that. It's being stretched in a million different directions. And maybe you're stretched in a million different directions. Maybe you are stretched, for work, for kids, for relationship, for house, for pets, for whatever, deadline coming up, whatever. You're stressed and stretched. What's funny to me is that if I pick one of those directions to be self-care, so yesterday I did get a workout in the afternoon, and I also ate pretty decent. I had some crackers. It wasn't really my jam, but I was starving. But the rest of the day I ate great. So ate well, drank water, got a workout in. Part of doing that yesterday was stretching me, to be honest, to get in that workout. I did not get in jiu-jitsu, even though I wanted to. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it with the kid juggle. But I guess my point is that when you're stretched in all the different directions, why is it that the first thing somebody would say to you would be like, well, you probably don't need to go to the gym? Or stop being so hard on yourself about your food. The very first thing to go when you get feedback from other people is always the personal self-care. It's never the 75 other things that are pulling and stretching you. It's always like, well, just, give yourself a break. You don't have to go to the gym today. Or give yourself a break. Just order in. It's always that one. Because somehow that is the actual lowest hanging fruit that someone's going to be like, you know what can go first? Your self-care. Because who cares about that? If you need to juggle everyone else, go ahead and do it. We have practiced this. Listen, I'm not blaming people. I'm sure I've done it to other people too. Isn't it incredible? If you heard somebody was telling you they were all stressed out and they were doing all the things and they were like, well, now I got to make it to the gym. You'd be like, hey, you don't have to go today. You would immediately say, you don't have to do that. Just cut that one out. We don't immediately go for like, well, what are these other things that are stretching you? Where can we maybe say like, you don't have to do that. Instead, don't compromise the like physical, emotional self-care of exercise and eating well. I mean, sometimes it just happens. That's okay. But I'm saying like, excuse me. I don't mean to clear my throat on Coffee Talk, but sometimes you guys are literally the first people that I talk to every morning. And I'm drinking my coffee and I'm like, oh my goodness, my throat. Anyways, apologize for that. So think about it. Why do we do that? We do that to ourselves. We do it to other people. We put it at the very bottom. Now, when you're stressed or stretched in a lot of different directions, you may have to take intensity into account. So if you're like super stressed and you normally do like CrossFit style, like high intensity workouts, you might have to be like, hey, today was very stressful. Maybe I need less stress and I'm going to do something else at the gym. Like I'm going to go and I'm going to do some stuff, but I'm just not going to make it quite so intense. That's reasonable. I'm not saying like completely disregard the circumstances of your day. I'm saying that movement, physically moving our body is a part of what helps us. And it's not something we should compromise if at all possible. And so in FitMe, we don't just talk about exercise. We talk about movement. Why? Because our bodies were made to move. Being sedentary all day, whether it's sitting at a desk, commuting, working at your computer, sitting around with your kids, watching TV, whatever it is, sitting is not how our bodies were designed to move. And in fact, our bodies struggle when we sit all day. Our hips hurt, our shoulders don't feel good. We put on weight quickly when we're sedentary. We just don't feel good. Not to mention we're missing out on all of the mental health benefits of moving around. So in FitMe, one of the things we talk about is instead of thinking about like, oh, I need to find a workout program. I think that the easier way to think of it is like your body was designed to move. Have you done at least 30 minutes of intentional movement today and every day? Not on work days or rest days or whatever. I'm talking every single day. Have you done 30 minutes of intentional movement? That means like get up, go for a walk. That means get up, go to the gym. It means pull up YouTube, do the yoga class. It means intentional movement. You've moved your body for 30 minutes. That is the minimum every single day. Some of those days, that movement can be exercise. Exercise being something that stresses your body. So like you're challenging your muscles, you're challenging your heart rate, you're challenging your whole physical body to do something. Maybe you're sweaty. All those things, that is exercise. And movement is like this big category of an everyday thing. So this is one of the first mindset shifts that we help people make in FitMe is we're going to move every day. Now, if we're going to move every day, well, then what happens when we're stressed and tired? We still need to move every day because moving is what helps us keep the wheels on the wagon. Moving helps our body feel good. How are you going to juggle all the people and all the things and all the demands on you when you're not taking care of your body or your headspace? You're not going to juggle it very good. You're not. Because you're going to feel worse. Think about it. If you feel awesome and you have to run a mile, P.S., I don't generally run a lot of miles, but hear me out. If you feel awesome and you have to, let's just imagine the workload is, here's the activity. You're going to run 1 mile. You're going to pick up 17 medium-sized rocks, and then you're going to climb over these boulders. You've got stuff to do. I kind of made it more like abstract, so it'd be more fun to imagine. So you're going to run a mile, pick up 17 medium rocks, and climb over these 3 boulders. Okay? That's what you have to do. You are like, wow, I have a lot to do today. This is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to juggle it all today. If you are standing at the starting line of this thing and you are feeling great, your body feels physically good. Your headspace is feeling pretty good. You've been taking care of yourself. Your energy is good. You're feeling it. You're like, I'm good to go. You are going to do that mile pretty decent, walk, run, whatever. You're like feeling good. You're talking to yourself. Your energy's good. You get to the 17 rocks, pick those jokers up, did it. I mean, it was kind of hard, but you feel pretty good. And then you get to the boulders and you climb over them. And even though it was hard, you had to get a boost. You weren't sure if you were going to be able to do it. You felt good. Your body was strong. Now, imagine you haven't slept more than 5 hours in multiple weeks or months or years. You've been eating fast food and takeout 99% of the time. You're drinking a little bit too much. You don't drink very much water. You don't exercise. And you don't even move your body because you're so tapped and stressed out in a million different directions that you're just not even doing that. So you're sitting most of the time because you're just not feeling good. Now you're at the front of the starting line. You're feeling like that. And you still have all of the things to do. Now, when you're running a mile, you can't even mentally, you're like, I can't do this. I cannot do it. It is too hard today. I don't have any energy. I don't feel good. My body is, you are barely surviving it. And then you get to the end and you're like, holy crap. Why did the universe give me 17 boulders? This is terrible. I don't think I can pick up even one boulder, much less 17 boulders. Each one is its own struggle. And mentally you're struggling, physically you're struggling, your body hurts, you're like not able to do it. You're like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. And then maybe you get through it. And then at the end of it, you're like, I am going to climb these boulders. And in this example, I guess I'm using like a physical example to illustrate the point, but really what I'm describing is a tough day. Maybe your 1 mile is dealing with your work people. And so you have to get up and go to work, and that is that first mile of the day, and you don't feel it. You know you're supposed to show up in a certain way. You just mentally, you're like, how am I even going to deal with you today? I don't know how. So you're like struggle busing through that first mile, and then you get to the 17 boulders. Maybe that's your family. You love them dearly. It seems kind of fun, but you got to move those boulders, and you're not feeling good. You haven't taken care of yourself, so you're just like barely surviving as you pick up those boulders. And then maybe it's relationships or things that are coming up or financials or whatever, and those are the things that you're climbing. Those like last couple things at the end of the day, and you're like barely holding together. Why is it harder? Because it's harder because even though all of those things are exactly the same, when our bodies and our headspaces aren't in a good place, everything becomes exponentially harder. Everything. And so as you're looking at like, why do I need to take care of myself? If I'm pulled in 75 million different directions and life is not going to get any easier, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Taking care of your physical body by eating better, by moving your body, by taking time for your mental health puts you in a different place to tackle life's challenges. You are more equipped. You are in a better mindset. You are physically more capable to give. So if you're like, kids need you at the end of the day, they're those like boulders that you're picking up or whatever, those rocks. Well, then you're like, I'm in a really good place. Like I still have energy for you. I'm not like mentally all trashed. I feel pretty good, you know. That's coming to that part of your life as your best self. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about a friggin' jean size, even though jean size could be a part of it, because sometimes when we feel good in our clothes, the rest of the day feels good too. But I'm talking about showing up for your life as your best self is having energy, is feeling like you can do it, tackling life's amazing things, life's hard things, showing up as yourself. You cannot do that if you are neglecting yourself, period. You can get away with it for a day or two, but after that, you're going to start to pay for it. So I don't want that to happen to you. So even though yesterday was a very stressful day, it was kind of like pulled in a million directions kind of day, nonstop, start to finish. The one thing that I can tell you for sure is that I was physically and mentally capable of handling yesterday because of all of the other days. And yesterday, even though it was hard and stressful, I still squeezed in that hour of exercise and movement. Because today, still going to be a crazy day. Still a crazy day. It's never going to stop. It's just our lives. We've created crazy busy, do all the thing lives. And so you have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, everything feels exponentially harder. So I didn't even know that this was the direction this coffee talk was going to go, but I like it. So to me, I hope this sticks with you. If you need a reason to eat well, if you need a reason to move your body, to challenge your body with exercise, to take time for your mental headspace and your work on your mindset, I hope after this coffee talk, you can see why it matters. Imagine showing up to that starting line, feeling your best. You're going to tackle it different. It's going to feel better. That's what we do in FitMe. Like, we literally put you at the starting line of your day in a different place. And we just make that better and better and better. That's what we do. That's why we work on nutrition, movement, and mindset. We work on those things with you. We coach you through it. That's the game that I'm playing. That's a game that I want to help you play. And so sometimes when you're in a routine, making the change is pretty hard. And so having some support and accountability and structure can help you shift if you haven't been taking care of yourself. And so that's a really important part of what we do too, is provide that structure and support and accountability. So if you need help with that, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to fitmecommunity.com, and on the top, there's like a bar that goes across the top of the website. It says apply for coaching. Fill that out. If you're like, yep, I need to do different. I need to take better care of myself. Fill that out. It's really short. It's like 5 questions. But then what's going to happen is I'm going to reach out to you and we'll do a really, pain-free phone conversation where we'll talk about what you want to change. How do you want to feel? What's causing this to be hard? We'll talk about that and I will point you in the right direction. If that's FitMe, awesome. If it's not, if it's another coach that I know, I will point you in that direction. If it's just giving you a couple steps like, hey, this is what you should tackle, I'll point you in that direction. I will give you my very best advice after 10,000 plus hours of coaching to help you start to feel better. So if you want to feel better, click that link, fill it out, and then we can chat. So thanks as always for plugging into Coffee Talk. It means so much to me that you listen. I love talking to you each day. If you enjoy Coffee Talk, do me a huge favor. Screen capture this and tag me. And that way I know you listened, and it just is a really fun way for us to kind of like tag each other and communicate via Coffee Talk. And if you haven't already joined the FitMe Community Facebook group, go to Facebook and search FitMe Community. It is definitely the one place you do want to be on Facebook. It's a great place for inspiration. There's FitMe plates in there. There's movement. There's individual stories. There's all sorts of great stuff. It's a no mean girl zone. It's a small space on Facebook that is a place for you if you're working on these kind of changes. So I hope to see you there. Take care, guys. Bye.